Hey guys, it's me, my dad, and my grandpa here with another Chargers podcast. We're going to be talking about the draft today, so let's get started.
Woo! Woo! Episode 2. All right.
Where?
Let's start with a little draft breakdown. Draft recap. Who did the Chargers pick for their first? Let's do their first 4-round picks. All right.
They end up in the first round getting Mario Hampton, surprisingly. They showed that Matthew Golden was still there. Surprisingly, Will Johnson fell to like the second round. Chargers almost got him. So
were you pretty surprised with their first pick of Amari Hampton?
Kind of.
Yeah. You probably didn't think they were going to take a running back first overall.
Because they already have Najee, but Najee's only a 1-year contract.
That's right. So this could be their running back that's like LT.
Yeah.
All right, and then how about let's go through all the picks and then we'll go back and kind of analyze them a little bit. Who they get in their second round pick?
Second round, Trey Harris, wide receiver.
What school did he
play?
Ole Miss. Ole Miss wide receiver. How about their third round pick?
Third round, Jamarian Caldwell.
Jamari Caldwell, third round pick. What position is he?
D tackle.
D tackle from Oregon. And then how about their fourth round pick? Kyle Kennard.
Defensive end, surprisingly SEC Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year.
SEC Player of the Year.
Picking the fourth round, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And how about their fifth round pick?
The fifth round pick,
Keandre
Lambert Smith, wide receiver, Auburn.
From Auburn.
Yeah.
Another fast guy.
2 wide receivers.
All right, so let's go back through and talk a little bit about. Oh yeah. Shoot, the sixth round pick.
They selected
Oronde Gadsden II, tight end from Syracuse. He's going to be more like their H-back. We'll see if he's tight end, slot, what kind of guy he is too, but a lot of people like that pick a lot.
He's all like Taysom Hill, mostly.
Yep. Taysom Hill, I like that. All right, let's go back through then. Let's talk about the first pick, the 22nd pick, Amari Hampton, North Carolina running back. How many yards did he have as a running back this year?
His last season before getting drafted by the Chargers, he had over 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns.
17 touchdowns.
Pretty decent season for him.
Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who was the first running back that was picked in the draft?
The first running back, I'm pretty sure it was Ashton Jeanty.
Jeanty, that's right. And so I'll be very curious. We'll get to kind of watch their whole careers to see who's better, Jeanty or Amari and Hampton. And then also, you mentioned it earlier, but we thought the Chargers were going to pick a wide receiver, and you really wanted who? Who did you want them to pick?
Matthew Golden.
And when was he picked?
He was picked right after the Chargers, the Green Bay Packers.
Yep, the 23rd
at their home stadium, too.
So all the fans went crazy for him, probably. Do you know where I was during the draft?
Oh, yeah. No.
You don't want to say that I was at the hospital having a baby?
Yeah, my mom was having a baby at the hospital.
During the draft?
Yep.
So I had to do a FaceTime with Kingsley. And we were watching the draft unfold on FaceTime together. And the Chargers were watching it. We're waiting. And the Chargers
wouldn't pick because they were trying to get trades, and then they finally did.
Yeah, people were trying to trade them. And at first we thought the Chargers didn't make their pick.
Yeah.
But really they were just getting a lot of trade offers. But they liked Amari Hampton so much that they weren't going to take the trade. And they were going for Amari Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that gives the Chargers now. Who'd they get in the free agent?
They got Najee
Harris and Amari Hampton.
Lightning and Thunder.
Ooh, a little Thunder and Lightning and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll see how that pick goes. We can compare them all to Gentry and Jeanty and to Golden. So we'll get to see all year who's better pick.
Now let's go to the second round pick, Trey Harris.
I got a cool stat about him, and Kingsley has it extra interesting, but Trey Harris was actually a receiver. No. Trey Harris was actually a quarterback in high school for who was his quarterback? Who did he throw to in high school? Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors. So he was quarterback for Malik Neighbors in high school. Then when he got to college, he started playing receiver. And now, Kingsley, what's the crazy connection now?
So now Jackson Dart was throwing to him in college,
At Ole Miss.
and now Jackson Dart's throwing to Malik Neighbors in the NFL
Because he got
on the
drafted by the
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah.
So that's Trey Harris. Used to play quarterback for Malik Neighbors. Then he went to college and caught for Jackson Dart. And now Jackson Dart is throwing it to Malik Neighbors in the NFL.
Yeah. Pretty
Some
crazy.
good studying right there. All right. And how many yards and touchdowns did Trey Harris have in college?
Trey Harris stat line, 939 yards in college and 10 touchdowns receiving.
All right. And then also too, one thing about Trey Harris, he was on pace to break the Alabama receiver. Do you remember who the Alabama receiver had? He's on the Eagles now.
What?
No.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Trey Harris was gonna break his record for most receiving yards, but then he got hurt.
Oh yeah.
But maybe if he would have broke that, he would.
And Trey Harris broke the record for most touchdowns in a game on Ole Miss ever.
How many?
4. Touchdowns. 4 touchdowns.
Yep. So he could be a dude.
Good.
All right.
He would be like the starting third wide receiver because they have Ladd and Mike Williams. They just signed back from the.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it was like the Steelers. Yeah. He's a free agent, so they signed him.
He's a true X receiver, they say. Trey Harris has a chance to be, or he could play slot, whatever. It really depends on QJ.
Yeah. Are they going to put QJ in or Trey Harris?
Yeah.
Probably Trey Harris, though.
Yeah. All right. And then now let's go to the third pick, Jamari Caldwell from Oregon.
D tackle.
How many sacks did he have last year?
Last season, he had 6.5 sacks.
6.5 sacks. He's a big body that's probably going to play nose tackle.
400 pounds.
Yeah. 400. Big boy. And so the Chargers will use him to clog up the run and maybe get some sacks too.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Probably. Now the 4th round pick. Let's go to Kyle Kennard.
Edge rusher DN from South Carolina. And you mentioned earlier, what was he?
SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Stat line, 11.5 sacks and 1 interception.
That's pretty good to be the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. That's like with the big boys. That's like the real NFL. So
pretty good.
We'll see. That could be a really good pick. He's gonna be coming off the edge opposite of who? Who's the other edge for the Chargers?
Khalil Mack.
So basically replacing
Joey Bosa. It used to be Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, and now it's going to be Kyle Card and Khalil Mack.
Kyle Kennard.
Yeah.
All right. And then
let's go to the 5th round selection.
Pick, Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Another wide receiver out of Auburn.
What was his stats last year?
Stat line, 8 touchdowns, 981 yards. Pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty good. Almost 1,000 yards receiving.
What do you got? Who do you think was a better pick? Kyle Lambert-Smith?
Yep. Keandre Lambert-Smith.
Or Trey Harris. Which one do you think is better?
We'll see. That would be a good one. So the receiving core now is Mike Williams, Ladd
McConkey, and Trey Harris. And maybe QJ will start over Trey Harris on some plays.
It's pretty good. Especially for the future. It could be really good.
Yeah.
And then also in the receiver is Oronde Gadsden II.
Yeah, that's a tight end. Oronde Gadsden II.
From Syracuse.
And he's pretty decent.
A lot of people really like him. They say that he could play slot, receiver, H-back, throw him some seams. Yeah, we'll see. He could be a good guy too.
He's like a big wide receiver, mostly.
Big boy, big body.
Like probably the most weighed wide receiver ever, but he's not a wide receiver. He's a tight end.
Yeah, that's cool. He could play receiver, kind of receiver in the slot too.
He's like Taysom Hill, people say.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so what would you give the Chargers grade overall? What would you grade their draft pick for 2025, all their picks together?
The whole draft or just one?
All of them. What would you give
all
the whole
of them
thing?
combined?
All of them combined.
Out of A, B, D, and F? I'll give it a B, honestly.
A B?
Yeah. In the first round, they could have done better, I feel like.
By taking a receiver, you thought?
I really wanted them to get Matthew Golden.
All right, well, we'll see. That's why they play the game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then who do you think? Who was your favorite pick out of all the draft picks? Who was your favorite one?
I think probably Trey Harris.
You like Trey Harris the best?
Yeah, Trey Harris or Keandre Lambert-Smith.
You like the receivers?
One of you guys pick which one you think is better. Comment down below.
Right in the comments?
Yeah.
All right. And then my other question would be, who do you think is going to score the first touchdown out of all the rookies?
Out of all the rookies?
On the Chargers pick, out of the draft picks.
I think it's definitely going to be an offensive player, probably.
True.
It's either going to be Mario Hampton or Trey Harris, honestly.
You got to pick one. One.
I think I'll go with Mario Hampton.
Mario Hampton, little run up the middle, score a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then how about what was it?
Next season, who do you think is gonna have the biggest, be the best next season?
Be the biggest breakout?
Yeah, after the rookie season.
Known guy?
Yeah. I think it's gonna be Mario Hampton because Najee's only on a 1-year contract. So and Mario Hampton's on a 4-year. He'll be doing some runs of the season, but next season he's gotta have all of them.
He's more of the pick for the future.
Yeah, more of the future pick.
Which is good because we'll see. They say a lot of times they don't like to pick running backs in the first round.
Yeah,
because you can get a guy that they can a free agent up. But when someone's that good,
you gotta get him.
You gotta take a chance at him.
Yeah.
And with Harbaugh, he's got his offensive line that he loves. So
Love it.
He's gonna give a bunch of runs.
Offensive line's pretty stacked. They have Rashad Slater, Mekhi Beckham they just signed.
And Big Joe Alt.
Yeah, and Joe Alt and
Man, that sounds pretty good to hand the ball off to those. Let him run behind those guys.
Yeah.
I like that. And Herbert.
Yeah, Herbie too. Pretty fast.
So, that'll be good.
The tallest QB in the NFL. Cool. At 6'6".
I didn't know that. Like that. All right. How about one other question that I have about the draft picks is, who do you think is going to start?
Start? Be the first starter on the field?
Out of the new draft picks, do you think any of them are going to start when the season comes?
I honestly think, it's going to be Mario Hampton start first.
Yeah? He'll beat out Najee over the season? I
think it might be Trey Harris too, though.
And Trey Harris, he'll get a start too?
Trey Harris, I think they might be on the same play on the first start.
All right. We'll have to tune in to see.
Yep.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about from the draft picks this year?
Maybe let's do some recap from the free agents from last video.
A little free agent recap?
Yep.
Okay, give us a little recap.
They signed Mike Williams.
Got him back.
Yeah, Mike Williams back.
Hopefully he's still got some gas left in the tank.
Hopefully Keenan Allen comes back.
Yeah, you would like that. All right. And who else they got? They got a couple other draft picks.
They got Najee Harris.
Najee.
Everyone probably knows that.
Yep.
And they also got Mekhi Becton. Yeah.
And also they got the tight end.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tyler Conklin. Yeah.
Conklin.
Yeah, from the Jets last season.
Yep. And they also have who's the other tight end they have? The big white guy. Will Dissly. They still have him. Yep. So they got 3 tight ends now on the roster, but they'll play. I bet you sometimes they'll play all 3 of them.
Maybe they'll put all 3 of them in one, on a run or something.
Yeah, they like to do that.
All 3 of them and the great offensive line.
Looking good.
When they run it, and they have 2 of the best running back lineup in the league, they might get they might run it more than last season. This season.
I know Harbaugh really likes to run the ball.
Yeah, so. Harbaugh loves to run it.
Some old smash mouth.
And mostly. Najee's probably used more because he likes hard running more.
Yep, and you know what they say? Playoff football. When the weather's cold, you got to run the ball, and that's how you win.
Yep.
So, we'll see. I think, what I was thinking about? So I think the Chargers are going to be pretty good this next year coming up. But I think one more year, the next year after that, one more free agency, one more draft signing, that's when I think they're going to really hit their chance to win the Super Bowl.
What do you think their record's going to be?
This year coming up? Were they 11-5?
Yeah, 11.
11-6?
Yeah. 11-6.
11-6?
Yeah.
I think maybe 12 wins this season. And maybe 1 playoff win.
I think they're going to do 13 wins this season.
How about playoffs?
Playoffs? I think they're going to make it to the AFC Conference Championship and then lose.
To who?
Chiefs.
Lose to the Chiefs?
Yeah, because I'm going to think they beat them once in the real season. I think they're going to lose first and then win and then lose.
Lose in the playoffs?
Yeah.
All right. That's not bad, though. That's not bad. AFC
bad.
Conference, and then the next year,
they'll make it to a Super Bowl.
All right.
Hopefully.
You heard it here first.
What do you think the Super Bowl is going to be this season?
Ooh, shoot. Let's go. I'm gonna say the Bills get to the Super Bowl finally. Josh Allen in the Super Bowl against. I think the Eagles will probably be back again.
I think it's gonna be the Bills and the Commanders.
Ooh, the Commanders.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. All
Pretty
right.
decent team.
Once we get going with the season and rolling in the podcast, we'll start doing picks.
Yeah.
For each week, we'll do a whole pick 'em and Chargers pick.
And some people are saying that Lad McConkey was one of the best Chargers rookie of all time.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think maybe like tied with Keenan Allen when he was a rookie. Because Keenan was pretty good too.
I was thinking Lad wasn't the first round pick, right? Because Joe Alt was.
Yeah, no, Lad went like 5th, 4th round.
Wow, that's a pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Pretty good turnout.
He got more yards than Malik Neighbors, who went like.
He was a top pick.
5th. He went like no.
Overall.
Yeah, no, he went 6th, 7th overall.
Oh wow.
First round.
Then
7th or 6th.
Lad did pretty good from Georgia. All right.
So you got. This is going to be the end of the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And so we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Bolt up.
Let's go, Chargers. Peace. Peace out.